Hello, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. I give people time to get on. Hello, cousin. Hello. Hello, people. Hello. Thank you for joining the live. I have a lot to say tonight. Within the hour, of course, but I have a lot to say. Thank you for joining the Hobson Love 6996 live. Me and my husband's podcast live. He's currently not here. He'll be back soon, but I'm Tony. We created a poly page, and we're coming out. We're gonna be talking about what is poly, first of all, what poly means to us, and what drove us to become poly. Okay, so giving people a chance to come in. Again, this is new. It's a new platform, but I guarantee you, it's gonna take off. Watch. If y'all can scope my art in the back, okay? Let me just angle that a little better. Check out the art, okay? This is compliments of P. Prince Hicks. Check him out, okay? He is lit, okay? He's big in the poly community. He makes this poly art. I'm so excited. A lot of people in the community got it, and I'm so excited to have my photos. I love them. They mean so much to me, okay? Check it out. Beautiful art. I will be starting very, very soon, okay? Let me just show y'all my shirt, okay? Check my shirt out. It's a real woman. And you see how they have all these scratches off? Has curves, is skinny, wears makeup, and all that is scratched off just to say is whatever the hell she wants to be. Looking at a real woman right here, okay? I'm the whatever the hell I want to be. And my name is Tony, and I am Polyamory, okay? So, let me get started, okay? First, I'm going to talk to you guys about what polyamory is. I'm also look at my little page I got created here, okay? This is to kind of help explain the dynamics from my point of view. See how I like hooked it up, how I did my own little artwork on it, okay? We're going to be getting into this because there's many dynamics of being polyamory. You got solo, you got B, you got triad, you got N, you got X, radical X, and then you have the quad foursome. And I will get into these different dynamics. Because let me tell you, I've done my homework. I'm a very proud poly person over here, okay? And then my husband decided to become poly. It's been about a year now. We just become more serious about it. And it's a beautiful thing. It really is. So, I'm going to get off into it like this, okay? Polyamory. First, I'm gonna talk about the different dynamics of relationships. Let's talk about that first. So first you have monogamy, okay? Monogamy is the practice or state of someone being in pretty much a solid just one relationship. They don't seek others. They don't love others. They're in this one dynamic. It's just them and their partner, and that's it. You know, no one else coming in. Then you got, you got polygyny. Polygyny, don't mind me, I'm just looking down at my notes, okay? Because I prepared some notes. Polygyny is one man, multiple women, okay? Usually, things like polygyny, polygamy, these all involve marriage. Marriage is attached to these, okay? So you got polygyny with one man, multiple wives, and then you have polygamy with one woman, multiple husbands, okay? And then you have, no, I apologize. You have polygamy, one man, multiple wives. You have polyandry, one woman, multiple husbands. And then you have polygamy, where it's one person being married to multiple partners, whether it be male or female, okay? then you have polyamory. Hey, I'm polyamory. Polyamory does not have to involve marriage, even though some of the partners within a dynamic can be married, but it does not specifically involve marriage like the other ones does, okay? So now I'm going to break down polyamory. Polyamory. Poly means multiple or many, where amory means love, okay? So, that is me and my husband. We are open to love other people, okay? It's pretty much the practice of loving other people, bringing other people into your world, into your life, into your situationship, okay? Okay, now let's see. Let's get off into the different dynamics of polyamory, okay? So first we're going to talk about solo. So basically what a solo poly person is basically somebody who is poly. They're open to creating their own polyship with maybe all women, all men. It can be them coming into somebody's situation or them wanting to create their own situation, building their own situation. But they're open to these ideas, okay? And they can just be dealing with multiple people too. So that's solo poly. And then you have the V. The V, if you can see the lines, okay, this explains a lot, okay? Because the V is basically saying these two people, if you notice there's not a line here, that's because these two people are only connected to bam. They're connected to this one person. So this one person, this could be two men, this can be two women, and this could be a man or a woman. But the point is these two people, they don't have no connection, probably only a spiritual connection. They're not sexually connected. They're only sexually connected to this person right here, okay? Now, one that I'm going to fit in here myself that is not added is where it should be is, no, I apologize, here. I'm looking at it from a different angle, okay? Here, I will add it right here, which is poly couples, which is what me and my husband is. We're poly couple. We're open to bringing somebody else on. I think the reason they don't have it listed here is because this can be a couple bringing in somebody else, or etc., whatever. But I'm just going to add it here. Poly couple is basically someone who's looking to bring somebody into their dynamic. They could be looking to bring multiple people as well as one person into their dynamic, but they are open to this idea. They're in search for this, okay? So that's what poly couple is. But just explain what the V is. Now we're gonna go to the triad. This right here, dun dun dun, bam. This is the dynamic that me and my husband is looking for, okay? So with the triad, I'll get off into that a little later. But again, as you can see, everybody in this dynamic is connected, okay? They all have a relationship together. Then we're going to move down because I want to get past this quick, okay? Then you have the N quad. And as you can see, remember the lines is telling you who's connected and who's not. These two people are not connected, or this people are, this person is, but these people are not. So to better help you understand what this means is that this can be two husbands, okay? They're not connected sexually because they're not trying to do all that. And it happens in polyamory lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with it. But here, just explaining the N quad, where you have two here, the men are not sexually connected, okay? And then you have, this can be one wife and one wife. The two women can be sexually connected, okay? Where they have a connection, and this can be their husbands, okay? So I take it, okay, yeah. This can be their husbands, and this can be them. The women have a sexual connection as well as having a connection with their husbands, okay? But, yeah, let's see. It looks a little confusing from my point of view. I don't want to make this too confusing for you. Let's just go back over that. Okay. Let me look at it from over here. So, this can be woman, having a connection with each other. And this can be woman, husband. And this can be husband, woman. Either way, this dynamic involves two people not being connected. As you can see, there's 4 people here. But there's only going to be as you can see, 2 people that's connected here, and these 2 people have a connection with these 2 people here. So if you want to look at it in a sense, these are the husbands, and the husbands have no sexual connection, where the women have connections with their husbands as well as with one another. So that's a better way to explain it. The 2 women can be sexual and have a connection with their husbands, but the husbands have no connection, and the women don't have any connection to the husband. So that's what the inquad can be. And it can go in different ways. It can be all men, it can be all women. But moving along, right here. This is the radical X. And as you can see, the lines all connect to one person. This can be for women. This can be for a man. This can be 2 women, 2 men, however you want to look at it. But they're all connected to this person right here. Okay. So this person is getting all of the cookies from everybody else. Okay. Then you have the quad foursome. Okay. As you can see, this is 4 people again, but the lines are all over the place because everybody in this dynamic hooks up. It can be all men, it can be all women, it can be 2 women, 2 men. Okay, but everybody here is enjoying one another's company. They all have a sexual connection. Okay. Now, moving along, I'm going to get back to the reason for our podcast, the reason for this conversation, the reason for explaining these things right here. So I'm going to talk about what triad, a little more about what a triad is and what a triad is to us. So in a triad, you can either have an open triad or you can have a closed triad. Being polyamory means you're always open to the possibility of loving someone new, but you can have a limit of this is all I'm looking for right now. Doesn't mean that you're closed to having and welcoming more people. No, it just means that this is my limit. This is all I'm looking for. So for us, I'm going to talk to you about the 2 types of triads. You have an open, you have a closed. Basically what an open triad is where you can be already 3 people in a relationship, but you still choose to seek outside of the relationship, and that's okay. That's open. You guys consider it to be open. So you all live together and love each other within this household. It could be 2 men and 1 woman, but you all seek other relationships outside of the home as long as you all come back together within the home. Okay, that's what binds you all together. You all are a triad, and you just deal with other people outside of the home. Then you have a closed triad. My husband is here now. Come on, baby, squeeze in here. This is my lovely husband, my partner in crime.
What's going on?
E for short, okay? So, I'm back to talking about our dynamic. Now you have the closed triad, which is what me and my husband is. What closed triad is where you bring on another person, a woman, preferably for us. I do not seek other men, so I want to make that clear. Do not seek other men. I am specifically looking for women. We're both specifically looking for a woman. My husband fulfills me, so that is enough for me there with a man. No men at all. Okay, to make that clear.
That's the only bat swinging in this part.
We are seeking another woman, okay? And so how that works for us is that she will come on and she will be our girlfriend, as well as we will be her boyfriend and girlfriend as well. But we also will have separate relationships. So we're together as a whole, but we're also together separately. So she's going to be my girlfriend separately. She's going to be his girlfriend separately. He's still my husband separately. You know, it's separate relationships all within one dynamic of being together as a whole. And so that's how we choose to work, okay? Let's see. I guess I have to get down to the root of where this idea stemmed from.
Yeah, how we started.
It was him. I'm kidding. It was me. It was me. It was all my idea, okay? I'm a bisexual female. It all stemmed from me, okay? I admit it was me. And I brought him on board. He was extremely monogamous. He's an amazing husband. And, yeah, it was just like, look, dude, you know, I like girls too. And I'm a girlfriend. And I have a girlfriend. Better yet, why not have someone to eventually become a part of our world? Like, solidified. Like, here for the long run, okay? Because yes, we've had our share of threesomes, and at some point you just kind of like, I don't want to be with all these different people. There's so much stuff out there, and as long as you practice safe sex, if that's your thing, fine. But for us, it's just kind of like, okay, we want to find a specific to be a part of us and to come into our world, as well as her inviting us into hers. Do we have that person yet? No. Is that because of us? Yes, it is because we have not found the right person. We're extremely picky, and I'm going to get into why we choose to be so picky about who we bring on, okay? We do not have that person.
We actually had to turn down some.
We turn down people. So just so y'all know, it is because of us. Not because we can't find somebody, but because of us. We have to bring along the right woman into this situation, because if she is even a little off, it won't work. We're not trying to have anybody to come in and rain on acid rain on our foundation, okay? We built a beautiful foundation, okay? And we're not gonna have anybody come in and ruin that. So have to be the right person. Now, I'm gonna back up a little bit. I'm gonna tell you why we are extremely picky. So, we did have a girlfriend before, and this is before we even established being polyamory, okay? We were just like trying it out. It was a trial and run, is what I like to call it. Trial and run era. Yeah, just pick up my cup. 7-day free trial. Okay, yeah, we just don't, yeah, no, he for real. I'm gonna kind of zoom in on my cup, y'all. If y'all can't see what that says, it says no one fucking cares. Okay? This cup means a whole lot to me because I don't really care about many people's opinion, especially if it's not positive. Actually, sometimes some of the negatives can help to just let me know that you're jealous. So anyway, moving along. This girl, she came in initially like me, okay? And at first she was just like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to have anything to do with your husband, blah, 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 blah. But then eventually her whole mind changed. She was just like, I just want to give it a try because I don't want to lose you. This mess. Anyway, we welcome her into our world. And things seem to be going good, but before we know it, it's arguments, and every time you turn around, we need to have a talk. And then she started doing like
so many talks.
Yeah, a whole lot of talks. Then she started doing spiteful things. You know what I mean? She was just like pulling mischievous acts. Like, okay, if she was like somewhere by herself talking with him, you know, she would try to throw in some shade. Or if she was with me, it was, oh, I don't feel like I get enough time with you. She just didn't know how to prioritize what she needed to do in the relationship. And it was because of her that she's no longer here. And that ultimate decision was made by him. Okay, it was him. He told me, it wasn't me, it was him. This is why this man is ideal to be in this type of situation with, okay? He's solid, he's loyal, all the good stuff, okay? But he pretty much said, she's not good for us. She's not good for us, okay? And I had to let that marinate. And at one point, I'm just like, oh, maybe we can give her a chance, blah, blah, blah. But eventually, we saw, no, she just wasn't good. That's why we call her trial and run era, and that's why we're extremely picky about who we decide to come into our world and be a part of us. Like, you have to match. Okay, so moving along, we're going to talk about the type of person that we are looking for. Okay, just to throw it out there, we are looking for somebody who is not looking to leech, not looking to just come into it and think they're going to break up something, or think they're going to take something, or think they're going to damage something. Too demanding, super jealous tendencies, don't know how to be transparent. Come into this with us. We expect you to be open-minded. We expect you to know how to just be transparent. If there's something that's bothering you or something that you need to talk about, say it. Because what we've learned in a polyamory lifestyle is that one of the biggest things that you must be is transparent. You have to say what you're feeling, because if not, the thing is, sometimes monogamous relationships are hard, right? Where if you're a closed mouth don't get fed, if you're not saying much, that tension builds up, and it makes you into this bitter person, okay? And you begin to see issues within a relationship. So within a throuple, it's gonna be even more, because there's gonna be times that, you know, I may see him with her and I may feel a way about it, or he may see me and her together and he may feel a way about it, because something that we'll make sure that we establish in this situation is that we're gonna make sure that we have our own individual time, whether it be him and her going on a date, me and her going on a date, me and him making sure we go on our dates. We have to all make sure we keep that connection amongst one another. That's gonna be another way that we keep what we have established and strong. Yeah. And as well as being strong together, we have to make sure we have those individual relationships, and there has to be strength behind it. So I'm like, my mind just went so pretty much she has to know how to make sure that she understands, you know, when it's her time, when it's not her time. And not even just her. Same with me, same with him. Like, usually when somebody tells you something like know your place, it's taken within the most resentful way. Like, it makes you feel away. Like, why would you tell me something like that? But in a polyamory relationship, that it makes so much more sense. You cannot take it offensive in a polyamory relationship. And why I say that is because everybody will need to know their place in this dynamic. You have to know where you stand in it. There has to be a place, because if there's no place established, then there is no foundation established. You have to hold a foundation in this dynamic. So it will be the separate dates. It'll be the together time. You know what I mean? And this is pretty much what's gonna help us to grow.
Right. You're gonna let it grow all organically. So.
Yeah, everything for us has to happen organically. It's not you know, oh yeah, you know, let's just rush into this. What the hell? Let's be spontaneous. You can't do that with polyamory. Not from our perspective. That's how we refuse to do it. Unless as all the connections are right and everything makes sense. Okay, go do you. But for us, no, everything has to happen organically. It has to feel right, and it just needs to happen within a timely manner to make sure that this person is here for the long run. You know. Let's take a sip of my wine, okay? I do want to say, if anybody have questions, please feel free to ask them. We're not ashamed. We're very proud.
This is something that we're going to do every weekend. You know, it might be 30 minutes. It might be into an hour. You know, right now we're just growing and trying to see where this takes off. You're going to see a lot from us.
Yeah, we plan for our podcast to really take off. Okay, like, it's just starting, but just starting. Everybody have to just start somewhere. Okay, we have our connections and we see it going so many places, and we're super excited about it.
Yeah, we'll be bringing interviews in.
You're definitely gonna see interviews.
There's gonna be stories, a lot of stories.
And if I can just kind of back up to this, my beautiful colorful page I got going on here. I plan to bring on somebody from these dynamics throughout our podcast. You will see me bring people on in these different type of dynamics. The first, of course, will be somebody that is solo poly, just so that they can come in and talk about what solo poly means to them, how long they've been solo poly, their first solo poly situation, you know, how was they sure about it. For me, I feel like I know that we were sure about it when I just got comfortable saying it. You know, when I got comfortable, like, telling people, because at first it was a fear. It was just kind of like, I'm so worried about what somebody's gonna think. But when you continue to spend your life just being worried about what somebody's gonna think, it's gonna take away from the happiness that you want. This, for me, it feels like it completes me. You know what I mean? For some people are, like, again, they're just monogamous. They're just heterosexual, and that's fine. And you have some people who are bisexual, but they are monogamous. And then for me, I'm bisexual and I'm polyamorous, okay? I want both in the household. And my husband is okay with that, because he'll have two women where I'll have my man and my woman. And I'll feel complete. That's a beautiful thing, okay?
It's a plus.
It's a plus. It's a win-win all the way around, okay? But, yeah. We've talked to other couples. If you guys do your research, you'll see that it's so many different dynamics out there. We've come across like 3 lesbians where 2 of them could be studs and they're both connected to that one woman. We've come across where there's just three lesbians in a group and they're all connected.
Yeah, we know some radical exes, you know, that's like a tribe, you know, it's like one man and he has multiple wives, you know, and they all live in one house, you know.
Yeah.
They all have their own separate rooms, separate kid, you know.
And that goes back to polygyny for a man, and polyandry for a woman. You don't see it so often with women. You see it more with men, where the man will have multiple wives and the wives, their sister wives. Then you also see it where the husbands are brother husbands. You don't see it as often, but you do see it, and we've come across people like that where there's
crazy
one
stories,
woman
like I said,
and two men, and they're happy. The men don't have any sexual connection; they're brother husbands. But this woman is like ecstatic. She is in love with these two men, and she's expressing it. And the way they make it look is a beautiful thing. And I think all dynamics of polyamory, or this lifestyle as a whole, is beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful, and every dynamic is beautiful to me. Let me say that. And the reason I say that is because I wouldn't want anybody judging my dynamic. You know what I mean? Because this is what makes me happy. So it's like, do what makes you happy. I wouldn't judge other dynamics. I want people to do what makes them happy.
right, and
you
I
know?
want her to be happy, so, you know,
And I want him to be happy. You know, that's what it's about. And another big thing that I would like to express, again, if you guys have questions, please feel free to ask. But another big thing that I would like to express is that don't ever come into a polyamory situation or become a part of the lifestyle if you're having problems within your situation. Because I guarantee you, it will not help it. It will only worsen it. Okay, so make sure that when you come into this type of dynamic and this type of lifestyle, that what you already have is well established. That there's no issues within you two. Me and this man.
Yeah, don't bring nobody into your mess.
Yeah. This month is our anniversary month, okay? And we're treating this whole month as such. Of course, the days that we have to work, but minus that, we've been treating this month as such.
Hey, we might vlog this whole thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like September, we about to really turn up on our anniversary.
This is 10 years for us, okay? So this is already established, okay? It's established. Nobody can come in and knock down. This is a whole field of grown wheats and grown corn and grown veggies. It's all grown, okay? So you can't come in and just think you're going to stump on one corn and run everything else. It doesn't happen that way. This is established. So anybody that comes in, if you're no good for our dynamic, it's just like coming in and damaging one corn. Once we would recognize that one bad seed and pick it and you're out. It's just like that. You cannot come in and I'm just trying to get you to understand how strong our foundation is, what we already have established. So if anything, you should be coming in to add to it. And when I say that, if we got corn growing and we got strawberries, we got fruits and veggies going, you come in being a whole different type of vegetable. You know what I mean? Like something we don't already have. You're adding to it. You know what I mean? Another thing about being polyamory is, it's not just a sexual thing. A lot of people tend to feel like it's just sexual, but it's really not. It's a sexual ship. It's a relationship. It's a friendship. It's a companionship. It is a partnership. It is a financial ship. This person comes in benefiting on so many different levels. You know what I mean? It's literally helping the family to grow. It's literally helping the situationship, the relationship to grow from a relationship to a relationship, and you're adding to it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a beautiful thing. It really is. And that's what we want people to understand. So a lot of people get the wrong, they get the wrong idea of polyamory. And it's not at all that. Okay, a threesome is one thing. Swingers is one thing. Polyamory is none of that. Okay, you're literally being open to the idea of caring for a whole nother person. You're being open to the idea of welcoming somebody into your life. It's not just for the fun. No, it's real. Okay, so we want to express that. What else can I tell you about this? Again, like I said, what made me decide is just me already being bisexual and just saying, hey, you know what? It'll make me happy for us to have someone together. You know what I mean? And it took a lot. It took some time for me to say that I would be okay with him having a relationship with somebody else. But it's not like, oh, and outside. Like, again, ours is nowhere along the lines of open. We are not an open triad. We are a closed triad. And again, we're always open to loving the people, but this is our line being drawn, being a closed triad. So it took a lot for me to just say, okay, you know. And I think the ultimate level for me will be when we bring on this third person, and she's actually a part of our life, how I would handle it. And I think for me, that'll be the official icing on the cake. Like, boom, you know, 100%, okay?
And coming from my side, I think I can handle seeing her with another woman for a while.
Why? It'll take the pressure off you.
Oh, man.
Well, is that what it will take the pressure off you?
Nah, it'll be nice just seeing two women around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like double everything.
Double everything. And something else that people need to understand within a poly relationship, another way to help make it work is not trying to treat the people that you choose to love or have into your situation, not trying to treat them equal. Okay, so in doing my research, a gentleman spoke about the best way to make sure that the people that you are loving is happy is not trying to do the same thing for each one of them. Like, oh, I just gave her this, I need to make sure I give her this. I need to make sure I do this for her. I need to make sure I do the same thing for him that I did for her. It doesn't work that way. It's like building equity. You know what I mean? If you got two buildings, what this building may need, this building may not need. Okay, if this building needs new flooring, this flooring can be perfect and all it needs is new ceilings, and this building don't need it. Being able to balance that out with what each of your partners need is what makes it equal, is what helps you continue to grow. So don't come into a situation trying to give both of your partners the same exact thing and thinking that it's equal, because it'll damage so many things, because that person can be missing something totally different and you're giving them what they don't need.
Hey, you got to do your research on your girls, guys. You know what I'm saying? You got to see what your women like, you know? You got to see what they want more of. Like, she might want some attention. She might want to be held and hugged, you know? The other girl just might, you know, want to be left alone. So you got to know, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I do require a whole lot of that, whole lot of attention. Okay, so that's probably why he used that as an example. I want most of the attention. Okay, so yeah, you just have to know how to differentiate what the people that you care about want, and it's about paying attention. You have to know that if you love both of these people, you have to allow them their time together. You know what I mean? You have to know to be patient. You have to know. What did you do?
I waved.
Oh, might as well wave that, buddy, huh? You have to know. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm waving. We waving back at everybody. Okay, everybody who came, who left, who's here. We're waving. Okay, and again, I'll say it again. If you have any questions, that was one more wave, that baby. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Hey, it's my cousin. Hey, cousin. But yeah, like I said, it's been almost a year that we've decided to be polyamory, and it was a big decision. But it's a decision that I couldn't be more happier with. It makes me feel complete, makes me feel happy, and it makes me even happier to be open and not ashamed about it. You know what I mean? I'm not. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel complete. I support it. You can see our art in the back. Okay, we paid. These posters was not cheap. Okay, and we plan to get more. We plan to decor our house with this because it's who we are. We told our kids. We told the people that we love. And yeah, it is what it is. Like, at some point when we find the right person, you will see somebody sitting here or sitting here or sitting there. It's gonna happen at some point when we come across the right person. But yeah, we've done a lot of research. We've put a lot of thought into this. Like, so much homework I can't even tell you. And we continue to do our homework because it's not you can never say that you know enough or that you know it all. You always want to be open to like learning more about it. And familiarizing yourself more, especially if it's something that you think about instead of something that you're considering. People think, people have so many things to say about it, and they think, they think what they think. You know what I mean? But if you do your research, polyamory relationships, polygamy, polygyny, polyandry, they tend to last longer. Surprisingly, they tend to last longer than monogamous relationships, and it's because of the transparency and the work that you choose to put into it. You know what I mean? People tend to be more willingly open to fixing the situation, because you don't want to look like the weak one in a dynamic that's making a situation crumble. Where in a monogamous relationship, people is more like, I don't care, I can easily find somebody else. But when you pull together something like, we got something good going here, and you don't want to mess it up, you tend to add more work into saving it. So surprisingly, yeah, polygamy, polyamory relationships last longer.
Right. Less stress on cheating too.
Less stress on cheating. That is the beauty. Like, what people don't realize, if we go back, okay, again, doing your research, if you know something about polyamory, it started back in evolution days, okay? Back with how we evolved. And you'll learn this in anthropology. I'm big anthropology. I love anthropology. You'll learn this. This is how they operated. This is how they worked back then. This is where it started. And you think about it, so many people cheat, right? You say you want something monogamous, then you turn around and you cheat. Why? Because you want something more. You want to try something different. You want to do other things. Whereas if you're polyamory, you cut out the cheating. You don't have to cheat. People will respect you more when you're being honest, when you're being open about what it is you want. If they don't like it, they can move along. It's their loss. If they're with it, but usually you're not going to get that reaction all the time from somebody, because they're going to respect the fact that you're coming to them about what it is that you want and what it is that you like. And they may say, hey, you know what? I think I want to try this thing out with you. And so that's, like I said, we've turned down people. We turned down a few people.
It's going to start going off of friendship. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start hanging out more. We got to get a feel of it. Like, believe it or not, people can use us. Use us for sex. People use us for, you know what I'm saying?
We have to tell a person before, like, look, and it came out of my mouth, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm a dominant female. When it comes to my husband, I'm very submissive, but when it comes to other women, I'm dominant, okay? So I have to tell a person once, look, let us know what you want your place to be. Do you want to be treated with some respect, or do you want to be treated like a hoe? Like, because we, like, be real, be straight up about what it is. Like, even being transparent when it's easier to be transparent when we don't have nothing serious going on. That way we know exactly where to hold you. You know what I mean? Don't blur the lines. Let it be a clear line. This is all you want, and this is all you're here for. And if we down to like go there with you, then boom, then that's all you'll be there for. Right. You know what I mean? Our feelings ain't gonna be hurt. We already here. We're two people. You know what I mean? We're already here. It's you looking for something else. So we're okay to, thank you, ma'am, and let you go about your business.
But we tired of being them late night booty calls. You know what I'm saying? We looking for a girlfriend now.
Yeah. But again, do not mistake us looking for a girlfriend, meaning that we cannot get one. I will give y'all another story about someone that we did have to turn down. So we had started talking to somebody, and she was just fresh out of a marriage. And she pretty much had asked, I remember asking at one point, are y'all still looking? And being honest, yeah, we are still looking. We're not settled down with you. We're going to continue to look. Just because we met you does not mean that we are done looking. You know what I mean? You're a candidate. You're not an official decision. And I think at that point, it kind of made her feel some kind of way. So then after that, it was like her just kind of pushing on more. And we told her, like, we're trying to let things happen organically. We're not just like, oh, okay, just because we met you, it's just going to jump off. No. And I think after a while for her, it was just kind of like, oh, I want this now. And no, we don't. No. You know what I mean? If you're not willing to walk the path with us until, we get to the finish line, if we make it to the finish line, then ain't no reason for this to continue to go. And that's just not the only person. It's been other people. So it has to be the right person. Again, threesomes is easy to come across. You know what I mean? That's nothing. But it's about finding the right person that matches your personalities and that you can see being normalized within your household, okay? And so we haven't come across that yet. We have not found that particular person. But again, when we do, you guys will know, because this podcast will be an ongoing thing. You will see us here regularly. You will see us here on Mondays. And at some point, you will see another person sitting in between on the side of one of us. So, yeah. That's what it is. We will be wrapping it up really soon. We are at 8:12. We have roughly another 15 to 17 minutes or so. Again, if there's questions. Even though I said we're not
trying to be late night booty calls tonight. We're a late night booty call, so we got to wrap it up pretty soon.
Bad choice.
Bad choice.
Bad choice. We can turn those down too, but sometimes we don't mind. But again, like I said, we plan to, this is something that's going to take off. You know, if you're going to be a supporter, if you're going to be here for the long run, be here for the long run, because we will always remember those who started with us, who was supporting the cause, who was supporting what we're about and how we feel about it. To become polyamory is a big thing. It's a big, almost like a big secret to tell somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big weight, like telling. And for me, I feel like more so from my perspective, because it's bisexuality included with me. Because again, this is not
she was everybody's princess, so everybody was surprised. You know, nah, don't do that. Like show them the proof. She's everybody's princess.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
This name came from my granddad. Okay, but yeah, it was a big step. You know what I mean? Just for him, it's 2 women. You know what I mean? So but it's still being a monogamous man and deciding to take this journey with me, because it wasn't initially my idea. It was a big step for him. So I will never downplay. I apologize, you guys. I will never downplay his, but it was a big step for the both of us, and just letting people know, like, this is who I am, and what makes me happy at the end of the day. So,
yep.
Okay, you guys. Yeah, but it is getting to that time. We are gonna wrap it up, and if there are no questions from our viewers,
inbox.
Yeah. If it's something that you even want us to touch bases on or talk about, it's gonna be so much more.
Yeah, we're gonna save it on our reel. This is basically an introduction to our first our first little thing that we're doing on IG.
It is. It's an introduction. It's an introduction of more to come. It's so much. It doesn't just end here with us talking about it. Again, we're gonna be bringing people on. We're gonna be doing different segments. We got so many ideas. But this is basically an introduction of what's to come. You know, this is just getting to know us a little better. You know what I mean? Me, my love, and what we're about. And it's so much more to know about us, but this is just as far as from our polyamory point of view.
So on that note, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be a journey. And we hope that y'all choose to take this ride with us, because it's so much more to come. We got so much. I can't even begin to tell you. Okay, with polyamory, we have so much more love to give. We're just
politicking.
Let me tell you, politicking. Y'all saw it in the caption. Not politicking, okay? Like politicking. We're politicking here. We bringing y'all the polyamory lifestyle. Okay, so thank you guys for being a part of our podcast. Thank you for coming into our world. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back here next week with more to come. Look out for our flyers, our posts for what next week's topic could be on.
Done, Driz.
Just like that. Tony Tenderoni, well done, Driz. Y'all heard it here. Hobson Love 6996. Come and be a part of the fun, a part of the love, a part of the experience, our experience. We appreciate y'all. We out.